Hello everyone and welcome to another Code Karate video. As always, I'm Shane Thomas, and in this episode we're going to pick up where we left off last time. So if you were with us before, we talked a little bit about the architecture of the AudioFeed.ai website. So if you haven't checked out that video, it's helpful to do that first. You can also check out the AudioFeed.ai website, get signed up, and then you can see kind of how all this is pieced together. This time we're going to be talking specifically about one of the AI tools we use within the AudioFeed.ai website in order to make the audio actually work. So in order to have audio feed, you need the audio. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that part. But before we do, make sure to follow me on Twitter if you're not already at smthomas3, and make sure to subscribe to this video so you can get more episodes as they come out. Let's go ahead and dive in. So where we left off last time is we built out this diagram that shows a little bit about the architecture of how we built AudioFeed.ai. This time I'm going to go into a little more detail specifically around one of these AI services that we utilize down here. So as I mentioned, we have this AI platform that calls a summarization service and calls a text-to-audio service. In this case, let's talk a little bit about the text-to-audio AI tool that we use to take the text that's generated from the summary and turn that into actual audio. So we use a service called ElevenLabs. And if we go to their actual website, you can see that essentially what it allows you to do is it allows you to enter some text, select one of these pre-made audio voices, and then it generates audio. And you can do a lot of things such as cloning your own voice or modifying some of the voices that they already have. But at the core, it takes text and turns it into text audio or text to audio. So you get, sound back, someone talking. And we can see how this works if we want to, go ahead and we can select some of the different settings. You can set some of the voice settings. We're going to leave this at the defaults here. You can set some of the models. They have two different models that are that you can use. We are going to go ahead and keep the default here, and I'm just going to put in a little bit of text. We could, of course, do a lot more.
This is a test to see how things sound. This is a test to see how things sound.
And you see it generated pretty quickly. Let's go ahead and change the voice here.
This is a test to see how things sound.
And you can see it was very quick to add some text, generate the audio, and then you can actually listen to it and, of course, download that audio, use it however you might want. But the important thing about ElevenLabs and the things that we're using is it has an API. So you can see it has a pretty robust API for, getting all the available voices, adding new voices, but the important one that we're going to look at is this text-to-speech. It allows you to go ahead and take the API key from your account, hit this API, and then it will return back the audio file that you can actually listen to. So in this case, we need to go to our account. I'm already logged in here. And if you go to your profile, you'll see that you have this API key that you can document or that you can grab. And I'm not going to show this, but we would essentially grab that. And if you follow the instructions here, you need to have a header that says, this is my API key that I'm going to send with this call. And you can use any tool you want to go ahead and make this API request. Of course, in the AudioFeed app, we're actually calling this from our AI platform, but you could use any tool. And in this case, let's go ahead and just take a look at Postman. So I already have one created here, but I'll walk through exactly how it works. We have a post request that's going to this URL, api.elevenlabs.io, and we're grabbing this endpoint from the API documentation right here, v1 text-to-speech voice ID. And this parameter here is the ID of the voice. So each of these voices that we come back to here has a specific ID. You can get that from looking up and making an API call to all the available voices. There are a couple other ways. You could use just DevTools and see what the ID is of each of these voices as well in your Chrome browser. That's an easy way to do it. But either way, you grab one of the IDs, and then we can go ahead and make this query or this post call. And we're just going to send in some text. We're going to set the voice settings somewhere between 0 and 1 for stability and similarity boost. And I did add my header with my API key And if you don't have that, it's not going to work because you won't be authenticated. If I hit send, this will take a second or two.
This is a test.
And you can see it generates the audio. And I can go ahead and generate some more just so you can see it's working.
This is a test. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
So there you go. It's as simple as that. I went ahead and I'm using the ElevenLabs API to take some text, generate it, turn it into an audio file, and then of course in AudioFeed, we're using the result of that for the rest of the application. Well, there you have it. Thanks for sticking with us. If you liked this video, make sure to hit subscribe, make sure to hit like, and next time we'll talk a little bit more about one of the other AI tools we use within the AudioFeed.ai website. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.